Trini.
Now, what's going on, people? It's your boy, the G-Man, and yes, I am back with another edition of 5 Minutes with the G. You know the protocol. I want to send a big shout out to the PT family members. So shout out to the Straight Shootin LJA, Jezzy Fizzle, JBK, and Nathan Arsenal. Also, I'm going to ask, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Come on, people, subscribe. Do you get me? Share those videos, like those videos, and turn on the notifications. So when these videos drop, you will be the first to be notified, and I know you want to be notified. People always asking, gee, when's that video coming? Gee, when is Liam LJA's video coming? JBK, is he coming out with a new video? So come on, people, you know, turn on those notifications and you will know when those videos slip straight into your DMs. You get what I'm saying? But yeah, this week, the topic at hand, I'm going to be looking at an old vlog. Well, it's not that old. It's around 2 weeks old. Why not the 23s? Myself, Straight Shootin LJA and JBK, we spoke about under 23 players and whether they're being given enough chances. And we had a big discussion around this in that last vlog. Some of my peeps, they saw it. They liked the topic. They decided that they wanted to get on the action. You know what I'm saying? We shared a few voice notes in our WhatsApp group, and this is the discussion that came from it.
You have to understand, when an academy player comes through, yeah, the straight first thing that we all think is this guy's Wayne Rooney. He's not Wayne Rooney, yeah? Wayne Rooney comes about once every 20 years. So more than likely, we're going to get players that are questionable in their ability. Now, they might put 2-3 good performances in, yeah? But the elite, top level of football, and I'm not talking about the top 4 level, the top level of football is about consistency. And when it boils down to it, these players are not consistently good enough. So I disagree. I don't believe that teams should be giving players a chance. I'll be comfortable if Bruce, with his Brucey Ball master tactician, went out and put John Joe Shelby centre back. I'd much rather see Shelby centre back than him put a 19-year-old centre back and the 19-year-old get ripped to shreds.
If you're good enough, you're good enough to play, right? When Arsenal were challenging for the top shit, they bred through Ashley Cole, they bred through Gael Clichy, Fabregas, they even played Walcott, they played Diaby, they played Denilson. When you were young at Arsenal, you had a chance, bruv. Even f***ing Yaya Sanogo played, bruv. Yeah? And this is when I think back then was it not even called the reserves back then? It wasn't even under 23s. Yeah? So you even had younger players, right? So Arsenal, like, it doesn't matter. And it doesn't matter, but look at Fatsu, what's his name? At Barcelona. How old is he? 17. He's playing, bruv. They got another guy at the right wing who's 17. I can't remember his name. He's a bad boy. He's playing, bruv. Man United, they're playing Greenwood. He's playing. Man United have brought through freaking, what's his name? Remember that guy? What's his name? He was a striker, but he was only good for like a season, then he went. You get chances, but if you're good, you get chances. Do you know what I'm saying? Everton, Wayne Rooney. Do you know what I'm saying? You get chances, bruv, man. Like, so when they're saying about if I'm a coach as well, bruv, and the coach's job is to make every player better. You're not just there just to manage the 175 million player. You make to make the team better. You might have an individual coach for one player. I've never heard of that before, right? So when he's saying that the coach don't have time to bread through the players, they have to make sure they get instant results. Yeah, that's true. But when you're bringing through like a younger, he's not training by himself. He's training with the team. Football's a team game, right? It's not down to one person why the team wins or why the team loses. It's a team effort, right? So if you got to play a youngster, then you tell the man next to him, you got to play harder. You don't pull someone out of position to accommodate for it. I mean, everybody does it, and I think everyone does it just because they're scared. That's the funny thing. Like, it cracks me up when you get all these big clubs that go buy like 17-year-olds from Spain and Germany and all this stuff. Like, I'm sure you got ballers in your club that you haven't given chances to, but it's easier for you to go, you know what? Let me spend 2 million on my man from Spain, and we'll hope he comes good. And more time he does come good because they give him bare chances. But under 23 guys, they don't give them no chances. They're like, you know what, you're not ready, bam, done. And it's always, the grass is always greener. Do you know what I mean? The grass is always greener. And if it's not, you're going to want to prove to everybody that it is.
So obviously we can see we're in the January transfer window. Transfer window has been open for a number of days, and we can see that a lot of teams, well, most of the teams in the Premiership haven't completed any deals. West Ham got sold Haller to Ajax because they got like a shock offer of £22 million, and they thought, you know what, we got to take that money now. You know, the transfer window and how clubs run has now it's changed due to this pandemic. You know, the times of just randomly spending 30-40 million pounds on players, those times are gone. You know, teams now are putting more thought into what they're doing, putting more thought into players leaving and players coming in. Regarding the young players, I think what will now happen is teams will now start to look at younger players that they can bring in, like the centre-back Arsenal just brought in from Germany, because it's a more viable way for teams to find players. When you look and think that Arsenal spent the best part of £14 million on Socrates. I think at the time Socrates was about 30 years old, paying him close to £100,000 a week. You know, when those kind of deals now are not taking place. Teams now will be looking more to the under 23s, the youth teams. Yes, all of these players will not make the grade in the Premiership, but some can at least 2 or 3 can be in the squad, and maybe 1 or 2 can start. It has to be that way. I mean, now we're really going to see how teams are run, because I don't think that teams should just be doing things like what Liverpool were doing, like playing midfielders in central defence. That kind of thing is that's just stupidity. But yeah, I think we're going to see, as the season progresses well into next season, that more young players are going to be given an opportunity in the first team.
So yeah, you guys have all heard from, you know, J-Dadz, Guru43 and D.TheKnowledge before, but as you can hear, it's pretty much a similar conversation to the likes of myself, JBK and Shootin LJA had. Everyone's got a slightly difference of opinion, and that's probably down to personal preference. Well, a few things I will say, that with Guru43, I kind of do understand where he comes from when he says that he's not really interested in under 23 players, that he just wants the best players in his team. I get that. Everybody wants that, but I personally do believe that, you know, you have to give the opportunities to under 23 players to be able to develop. You know, what's the point of having your team if they're not being able to develop? You might as well just let go of them. You might as well get rid of them, isn't it? Like, it kind of leads on to what J-Dadz was saying, you know, like, there are players out there who are good, you know, and they just need the chance to play football. Do you get me? But they're not given that chance because people keep saying they're not ready. And, you know, how can someone get ready if they're not playing? And like J-Dadz said, it's like being at work or applying for a job, and your CV's dope. You've got the you're coming straight out of college. Your CV's dope. You apply for the job, and then you get told, oh well, you need 3 or 4 years experience. Like it literally is like that for some of these under 23 players. Like it's a bit unfair. The logic's a bit bogus. Like they need that experience from you. Get me? The club. They need that experience. You've got to give it to them. Clubs often tend to want to loan them out and give them to another club. Now this is what sort of miffs me, because it's like, well, okay, you're loaning them to another club, but if you're saying they're not ready, why are they ready for that club? Yeah, that's always miffed me. But You know what I'm saying? I guess one man's poison is another man's dessert. And also what D.TheKnowledge was saying is quite interesting, because he believes that clubs, basically their whole infrastructure around transfers is going to change. Maybe it could just be around this pandemic and the unstable situation that we have at the moment with finances and clubs. The bigger clubs, I do feel, regardless, they're going to spend money anyway. Do you get me? Because any players they go for naturally are going to be a higher price tag than anyone else, because usually they're going for the best players. And if one big club decides to go big in the transfer market, other clubs tend to follow because they want to keep up. But yeah, that was I think a great debate between myself, LJA, JBK, extended into this vlog with D.TheKnowledge, Guru43 and J-Dadz. And people, if you want to get involved, please just put your comments down below. You get me? Put your comments down below. Let us know what you think. You get me? Do you think under 23 players are given enough chances? Would you like to see more under 23 players come through at your club, whoever you support? Have you got any good case studies of clubs who use under 23 players over buying players into the club? That would be interesting enough. Right? We know a few of those examples, like Ajax, who do it quite often. But if you've got any more, just let us know. And yeah, people, that's it for now. But I'll be back probably next week, same time. I'm gone. It's your boy the G-Man. Love.